When adding an event to the photo booth operator, the first thing you're presented with is a screen asking you for an email. This is done to ensure greater accuracy when tracking referral sources. What the photo booth operator is going to do when you enter an email is search through 3 different lists to see if they can find the email address. And it is going to do it in a specific order as well. The first thing it's going to do is search through the list of existing clients in the event that this is a repeat customer. The second thing it's going to look through are your email lists. And then the third thing it is going to look through are your date availability checks. The logic being that you may have sent an email bulk marketing message to someone. They have then gone to your website and done the date availability check. So even though they are in both lists, the primary motivator for getting their attention to your business was the email list. In some cases, you are already going to have the information handy. So if we look on the screen, you have 3 drop downs so that if you know already this is an existing client, you can simply do the drop down, select your existing client. If you suspect, or they even tell you, or if you know, maybe because you're talking to them on the phone, that it's a date availability check, you can use the date availability check drop down. And what this drop down gives you is a list of people with the dates that they have requested that are in the future. Okay, so these people have requested dates in the future, and that's why they're listed here. Then if you choose from the email list, it's kind of a 2-step process. First, you will select the list, and then the photo booth operator loads a list of all of the names, alphabetical by last name, from that list. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and show you what happens though if something isn't found at all. So we'll just enter a dummy email address, and as the photo booth operator says, you hit the tab key when you are done. Photo booth operator searches all those lists and reports that it is not found in clients, date checks, or on any mail list. You now have an option to add the client from scratch if you so desire. This is now the add event screen. If you had found something through client existing or date availability or mailing list, that information would be pre-populated here. Otherwise, you have the opportunity to enter the information here. And again, if you had done the video training for components, when it comes to clients and venues, you'll want to enter new clients and new venues here. So we're just going to do a test client. We are required to enter at least the client's name, if nothing else. Once a venue has been added, it's added to our venue list. Obviously, depending upon your geographic location, there will be a number of venues that are used repeatedly. So instead of having to input their information every time, you can simply select one from the drop-down list. And as you can see, the photo booth operator pre-fills the fields with whatever information has already been saved. You can make changes at this point to either the venue or the client. So even though this is an existing venue, if suddenly we had a phone number for them, we could enter it here. And once this event is quote-unquote added, the venue will be updated. This will not create a new Ameristar Casino venue. It will merely update the existing information. We then select the event type based on the event types in our component lists. We're going to say this is a wedding reception. Referred by, if the photo booth operator had found the email address, or if you had pre-selected on the previous screen, this would automatically be filled in for you and also disabled so that you ensure that you get the accurate referred by source. As you can see, it has the from existing, from date check, and email list. Then after that, it has the list of items from your component list. We're going to say that this is from some email, direct mail advertising that we've done. And then select whichever booth you're going to use. A template if they have selected one. These fields are optional, but you want to put them in as soon as you have that information. Other aspects and areas of the photo booth operator will operate much smoother and better when they have that information provided. Additionally, if you're generating reports, any event missing this information will not show up. So if you're running a report, for example, to determine what is your most popular template in a certain time period, if there is no template selected for this event, that template will not show up on that report. Let's go ahead with the film strip. You have an opportunity to leave some notes, and then the option to add the reprint password. This can be done at any point in time. If you go to the reprints section and you attempt to upload images for an event that does not have a reprint password, that will not show up in your dropdown as a selection option. You have to have a passcode, because the second that those images are uploaded, they are live and active to anyone caring to view them. Therefore, you have to have the passcode already in place in order for people to access that. Next up, we go into specifics about the event. The event date and time is required, so we do have to put something in here. Using the calendar, we select a date and a time. So this is going to be June 22nd, and this is going to be at 8 p.m. Click Done. Photo booth operator updates that. And then have an option to select some attendants, either one or more. If you select an attendant, photo booth operator then presents you with the option to indicate any kind of payout that you may be offering to these individuals. There's the setup time. We're going to do an hour before it starts. If you were partnered with any of your referral partners on this, you'd have the option to select them. Identical to the attendant, once you did select them, a payout option would become available, and you could indicate their payout. The event duration in hours and minutes. This is one field that is extremely important, and you do have an opportunity to do two different things. Either one, you can enter it here, or when you're adding the financials below, and we'll see what that looks like, if you select a package that has a duration defined in it from the components, the photo booth operator will automatically update the event duration information. Since we do have that information, we're going to leave it blank. Free reprints or not. This is a yes/no, and it's extremely important. This is on this event specifically. This gives you complete control over your reprint ordering. So, for example, a lot of times people will do normal reprint reordering in an attempt to increase their aftermarket sales, and then perhaps they're doing an event for charity, and they want to make those reprints available for free in a digital format. You merely click yes here, and now for this event and this event alone, the reprints will be free. Any consumer utilizing the reprints system will add reprints to their cart as usual, will proceed to checkout, be shown that they don't owe any money, enter their information, and when they click the checkout button, they are granted complete access to those digital prints for free on this event specifically. The contract has been sent to the client. We can indicate yes or no. Not a big deal. It's just kind of a shortcut to getting that information updated. Next up, if you have defined any custom fields, they will be available here. And based on whatever values that you have submitted and what type of custom fields, it's all right here for you. So we've created kind of a multitude of custom fields just to show you what they look like. Again, their meaning and value is completely dependent upon you. When you edit this event, the values you have entered will show up here. Then we get into financials, and this is the real meat and potatoes. Basically, you indicate from your drop down what kind of financial transaction line we are going to have here, and you can do a variety of different things. We've got your credits, any coupons that you may have created, debits, the packages that you're currently offering, as well as all the extras. How you utilize the financials is completely up to you. The most common that most of our business owners used is they enter any kind of debits that are going to charges, shall we say. So for instance, we're going to say this is a 3-hour package. Go to booth operator, then gets the description, which is editable, so if you needed to customize it, the amount of cost that you have already entered in the component section, again editable if you're doing some kind of deal or special, and then the number of units. In this case, it's one package, and then the photo booth operator keeps track of the total amount due, sales tax, and sales tax is going to be based on the sales tax indication that you've done on the components. As always, we do not give any tax advice whatsoever. You'll want to consult your tax professional regarding that. We're going to say now that in addition to the 3-hour package, this individual would like a DVD. You'll see the DVD is added, and this DVD we have indicated is a taxable item, and it is tax that is included in the price. So we have the flat price of $45, and now the photo booth operator is saying we have sales tax to keep track of. And then you just kind of proceed from there. As people make payments, you can add payments, and they will be reduced. So we're going to say that this person made a deposit by check, and it was check number 582, and it was for $100. And as you can see, photo booth operator continues to run its running total, showing now that the total amount due is the $675 plus the $645 plus the $334 minus the $100. And the financials just continue until you get down to the zero balance due, and that's something that you have a variety of different places to edit. Should you make a mistake or wish to change something, we do have the ability to delete line items. So we're going to say, okay, well, they didn't really make it a payment, a deposit. Let's say that check bounced for some strange reason. We can delete this line item. We click the delete button. We're asked to confirm, and that is now removed. And the photo booth operator has updated its totals now to reflect it back up to 723. We then provide you the ability to do on a single event basis any kind of action in regards to contact. We could send them a form with a subject line, send them a text message based on templates that you've already rendered. We can send them an email with the subject line and even attach a form to it. Additionally, if you had any automated tasks with your event, such as an email sent out to an attendant after it is added, they would be presented here with the option of either yes or no. So even though you set a task up to occur automatically every single time, say for example, an event is added, we still give you the ability to indicate whether you do wish that task to be executed or not. Now they are set to yes by default, so you don't have to change anything. But obviously situations come up where perhaps for one event or more, sending that task out is redundant. For an example, a lot of our clients will have it set up so that when an event is added, an email is sent to the client containing their contract. The contract has been created as a template. Should you make an arrangement with a friend or relative, or even just a regular client, that your contract is going to be mailed to them because they require a paper copy to sign, you may not wish to send that email out to them with the contract, since they already have an agreement that you're going to send a paper one. So there you would just set to no, and then that task would not be executed. So once everything is entered here, we simply add the event. The photo booth operator returns us to the event screen, and we see there is our new event. That's client wedding reception at Marisar Casino on the 22nd at 8 p.m. with our usual options available: new, edit, delete, and the outstanding balance as well. The delete option we always strongly caution for using, especially in regards to any financials. If you have already collected payment of some kind and they cancel and you wish to issue a refund, It's up to you whether you delete that event or not. Deleting an event will delete all the financial records. It will delete everything regarding that event. So you want to take caution when deleting, as it will delete everything